Alright, well, our next game should be very exciting. It's going to be a dsaqwe PvZ game, Elegant.
Oh, I love these. These are one of my favorite games to cast.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be awesome. Who's he up against? Who's he up against?
It says Nexus something. I have no idea. Nexus 1? I don't know
He's
who
a
that is.
guy. Don't know who that guy is. All right, let's do it. I'm going to actually finish setting up my mic as well. So let's go ahead.
All right, go for it, Elegant. I will take the reins for now.
I can count on you. I know it.
So here we go into game number 4, I believe it is, of the day. It is going to be dsaqwe at the 12 o'clock position as the purple Protoss facing off against Nexus 1, the blue Zerg at the 6 o'clock position. I have no idea who Nexus 1 is. dsaqwe, also known as Lockdog, is a pretty good Protoss player. Actually played some really sweet games against dsaqwe in the TLS tournaments. And just give me a second, guys, and I will get the overlay going. Alright, perfect. Oh wait, no, he's Zerg, not Terran. Ha! But we are again on destination. I believe this is the round of 16. And yeah, PvZ on destination. Again, all sorts of cheese shenanigans that could come out here. The wall is pretty annoying to make on this map, so I think he might do something like... there's a couple of variations. Like you can do like Forge, Gateway, and like a cannon here, or I don't know if this is the right position, but there's one where you can do like Forge here as well. You can like switch the positionings. I don't know. Apparently Nexus 1 is IWL fuNny, if anyone knows him by that ID. I definitely actually remember him from Gambit Cup. So that's good times. Oh, Elegant busting out the hardcore microphone, the Uber mic, as they say. And yeah, it looks like a dsaqwe going for this Forge here, Gateway here, cannon in the little nook wall here. So the reason I say this is annoying is, again, so the Nexus goes here, but obviously the Zerg can can run units around the side. The assimilator isn't covered by the gas. It's not even tight with the wall, so you can do like run bys quite easily. It's all just a pain in the butt.
Am I audible? Can you hear me?
You are indeed audible. You sound very good, in fact.
Awesome. I just couldn't take the insults. That was horrible. Okay, sorry to interrupt your preamble.
That's all right. That's all right. I have been informed that Nexus 1 is in fact IWL fuNny.
Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah, so
he's a very classic face, isn't he? I haven't seen him around for a long time.
Yeah, yeah. I just remember him from back in the Gambit Cup days.
Oh, the Gambit Cup days. Yeah, I remember that.
Good times.
Yeah, he was awesome back then. I really like watching fuNny's games. So this is actually a really, for people who aren't too up with their Brood War lore, this is like a battle of some fairly old school players. We've been watching these guys and kind of casting them since the kind of post SC2 Brood War days started, really.
Yep.
So yeah, both super familiar with them. And dsaqwe, he always has a really kind of entertaining, exciting PvZ style. Always doing something cool. A very, very, very high level player. fuNny, also a very high level player on his day. I don't know how much he's been practicing recently though.
I have no idea, but to be honest, I'm more surprised that dsaqwe is participating. I thought he was inactive as well. He seems to be one of those players that's sort of on and off. I guess he's kind of like Draw. I don't know what it is. It's like the high level, foreign Protoss players are all kind of, shall we say, a little bit whiny, a little bit emo. They're all like, oh,
yeah.
I'm not practicing. And they show up and they play halfway decent anyway.
Yeah, and then they say, oh, I didn't practice, I quit, GG, or something miserable like that.
Yep.
Yeah, although I suppose it's inevitable that any high-level player is going to be on and off at some point, simply because it's been going for so long. Nobody could play consistently for that amount of time, surely.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, they do tend to go in and out a little bit, but that's not to say they kind of go. It's just the natural ebb and flow of how sometimes you have time, sometimes you don't. And the Zerg, fuNny rather, already making up his third base, making the third base before his natural. Interestingly enough, I didn't see, was the natural blocked by the probe?
I wasn't really paying attention either. I assume that was the case. That's pretty standard on destination when that happens, when the probes are annoying, and it's absolutely fine for the Zerg to do that. I mean, we can see this is a standard Forge fast expand anyway, so that's all. It's all well and good. Probe's gonna head over there now. We got the lair on the way. Hydrogen actually already started, so it looks like we're gonna be seeing one of those, 3-hatch Hydro pressure, but not This is actually this timing is kind of interesting to me because like I remember back when like the pros did this towards the end of Pro League, basically in the last season of Professional Brood War. It would basically be like a 3-hatch Hydra opening and then you get the lair. So you put on early pressure first, but he's actually gone for the lair and the den at the same time. So there's going to be some kind of like lurkers in the back, like a backdoor lurker or something.
No, very interesting. I didn't even think of that. But of course, on Destination, that's an entirely viable strategy because, especially when you get the two lurkers kind of burrowed down at the back of the natural expansion, then you get vision with an Overlord. It can be really, really hard to get rid of. Again, especially if you can take control of the Protoss' third base location and just stop them from getting around the back. And they have to. It can be fairly expensive for them to get rid of it from within their own natural.
Oh, actually, also one thing I completely just forgot about is it doesn't even have to be like a drop or a backdoor. He can literally go for early lurkers to set up a really fast contain on the bridges. And then basically just play greedy from there, if you know what I mean.
True, yeah.
It's actually a strategy I used a lot playing ZVP on this map when I was growing up. It's like fairly easy to do, and it's just such a pain in the butt for the pros as well.
I remember that. I totally forgot about that strategy. I remember way back playing Destination day in, day out, and just repeatedly being shafted by horrible Zergs who would do that.
Yeah.
Oh, miserable. And then by the time it gets to 20 minutes and you've just spent the whole time trying to get your army across those goddamn bridges, you're just ready to throw in the towel.
Dude, and then you finally get across with like barely, you know, a control group and half the units, and he A moves with like a maxed out Hydraling army and just like smashes you, and you're like, God!
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, there's no satisfaction in that whatsoever, is there?
Yep, pretty much.
Horrible, horrible times. A little bit of Hydra heading around the back there. Is he going to make that into a lurker at some point? I guess that remains to be seen. I guess he's just going around there for scouting purposes for now. A little bit light on the drone count, maybe. Funny. I always called him Happy there instead of Funny. That's kind of a bit different.
The 7 dwarfs of IWL. They should. There's like Funny. There's Happy. Wait. Funny's not even a dwarf though, is he? There is no Funny dwarf. There's a Happy.
Is it
dwarf.
not?
I don't think so. Is there?
I'm not really up on my dwarfs.
So there's Grumpy, Sleepy, Dopey, Happy, Bashful. How many was that? 5?
That's ridiculous. Guess which one sticks out? You've got all these nice simple words: happy, grumpy, blah blah blah, and then bashful. Like all the kids are just going, what the fuck does bashful mean? I know what happy means. Oh, here we have a couple of lurker eggs going on in around the back ramp.
Oh, he might glitch them through.
They may well be able to trick through. Those are going to be morphing in very soon, but Funny is completely clueless that this is going on. Oh no, he does fly a Corsair over there, so he does just see these before, but I don't know if there's anything much he can do about it. He does have a cannon in his main base, does have a robo coming in as well. Another cannon, there we go!
Oh my god, that's amazing!
Super smooth.
That is beautiful. Wow.
That's really, really nasty.
So
very,
cool.
very nasty for Funny right now. You can see that he hasn't got cannon range over the top of his mineral line or his main gas, excuse me. So he's just gonna have to wait for observers basically to come up before he can actually do anything about that. Not having Storm yet either. And we've got another lurker burrowed down in the natural expansion as well. That could start causing havoc too, although there is a cannon right there, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem.
There's no vision.
Yeah, but we do have a counterattack.
You need an Overlord to give you vision over there. Oh my god, he's gonna run by into the main. He should lurker egg block it. Yes, perfect. Perfect. He had the. I think he knew that was coming too. He had the Hydras waiting on the ramp just to do that. Absolutely beautiful. Baited in the run by. Notice that the a few zealots have already died. Oh, looks like a couple of Hydras gonna suicide here. Looks like a Corsair actually also gonna provide vision. So gonna take out that lurker in the back of the natural, but this one in the main. Look at this. He's been denying mining time for so long.
Yeah, observers are about to come in now, so finally that lurker is going down. But as you say, that's a massive delay, isn't it? That's a really, really massive delay. If you think about how much later the macro is to really come up as a result of that, it's literally like a minute to a minute and a half later, the whole thing. Horrible. Oh!
Nice,
oh, did you see that?
Nice,
Yeah.
I didn't see how many he killed though. The lurker died before I could read the number.
I think it was. I think the probes were both holding minerals as well, so it made it look like twice as much. But I think it was only 2 probes.
Oh, he's getting drop as well. Or wait, is that speed or drop? I can never tell. He's getting an upgrade that is for overlords.
That's speed.
And he's getting range. Yeah, that makes more sense. One thing I want to point out, by the way, for that lurker egg trick, I noticed actually he didn't morph them at the same time. He morphed the bottom one later, so that when the first lurker on the inside finished, the other one was still an egg and couldn't move. When I initially clicked it, I thought he did that wrong because I assumed you would have to morph them at the same time. But now that I think about it, it's actually correct that you morph the bottom one later so that it's still an egg. So it's much easier to push the other one through because they can't move.
Yeah. Very smart indeed. We have a DT drop coming around the edge of the map right here towards the Zerg's main. fuNny needs to be careful that that's not actually seen on the way past, but he is going to shield it fairly well from being scouted with his Zealot Force out there. Then he can of course pull his Zealot Force back, and the shuttle is going to make its way all the way around to the Zerg main, and he has 3 DTs in there. So unless fuNny is quick to see that, then dsaqwe is going to be able to do a lot of damage with this.
Oh my god, the 3 DTs in the main base. The hive has started, but he's got no overlords in here. I think this actually would have been even better if he like suicided a couple zealots just as a distraction measure. But here we go. Let's see how fast is the reaction going to be from fuNny. It's pretty good reaction. Unfortunately for him, 3 DTs kill a lot of drones regardless. And there's so much tech here. He's going after the hive. The overlord army is coming back here. And this hive has a lot of HP. It's still got lair HP. He's just going to try and take it down. No, he's not. He realizes he can't take it down.
Yeah, and he's going to have to split the DTs and just try and make them last a little bit longer. All the overlords moving in one single clump, so that one of those DTs could kind of make its way out and get a couple more drone kills if he... Look at this, the overlord's actually getting a little bit lost. Will they see that DT just on the edge of the vision? So close right there. The DT almost got away with it, but it's going to go down, and in the end the drop doesn't do too much damage. I mean, you got like 6 or 7 drones in total, but it's not catastrophic for the Zerg player at this point. It's just a little bit of a help, but I'm not sure if it was worth it for the cost of the DTs.
I wonder if that DT would have survived if it was on hold position, because the overlords were sort of going diagonally to it, and the only reason it stayed in range was it ran towards them. The hives that were attacking. So that's kind of interesting. I don't really know. Meanwhile, actually, Hive is coming in the back here. Perhaps it's going to be annoying behind the natural. There's 2 cannons here, but they could definitely do something. Maybe. I mean, this isn't mined out. Maybe he might have thought that the back minerals were mined out or something. It's actually not. Whoa, hello. That's not required, is it?
No, that was a little bit of an edgy storm, just like trying to exert a little bit too much dominance. And yeah, fuNny not being hit too badly by that, but he's not going to be able to do too much with those 2 cannons in there. And that Corsair, he wants to get rid of the Overlord. One of the cannons going down right there, but it looks like the Corsair is actually going to go down. Oh yeah, down it goes. So the Overlord is going to survive, and that is of course going to give fuNny the vision over dsaqwe's natural expansion mineral line, so he needs to get another cannon down there right away, because that's the only thing between him and certain terror from those hydralisks.
Yeah, this is actually, now that I think about it, this is really smart. Oh, the storm taking care of it, because you know, the lurkers obviously get dealt with by the cannons, but if you just bring half a control group of hydras, obviously they kill cannons very, very easily by themselves. So you just pick up the cannons and then use a lurker. That's really, really good. One probe actually sneaks into this left side base past the lurker somehow, barely living with 2 HP, so that's pretty lucky for it. Wow. Start setting up a base there as well.
Look at that. So dsaqwe's plan from here on, he has to kind of start making something happen fairly soon. He hasn't done enough harassment to really justify his position on 2 bases, and his economy is going to start falling significantly. It is falling significantly behind already. The probe count from fuNny is not great. The drone count, excuse me, is not great, but it's not too bad either, and he does have a 4th base up now as well. That small army from fuNny is going to go down fairly quickly. Oh, just managing to grab a high Templar there. But dsaqwe really needs to start making something happen. He needs to start making something happen soon, because his economy is going to start falling really far behind otherwise.
Greater Spire, Elegant. We have a Greater Spire being morphed right now. I have no idea. I mean, I guess it's just for Guardians, but why do you need Guardians here? Oh my goodness. And now he's getting the Defiler Mount as well. He's got his Crackling upgrade as well. He's going for the melee and carapace upgrade. It's going to be 1-1 in just a second here. The Protoss is just at 1-0. Hopefully his +2. Yeah, +2 is well on its way as well. 3rd base now has started. 3rd Nexus is on its way for dsaqwe, but as you said, that's a little bit late, I feel, relative to where the Zerg position is, perhaps. Although, I mean, I guess the mineral only base doesn't really count. It's not really mining that much anyway. So this is still fine, I think, for both players, really. Let's see, 130 supply to 126. Very, very close supply, though.
Yeah, very close to it. It just worries me slightly that the really late game tech is starting to come in for Zerg, whereas the Protoss army hasn't really got to its really late game stage yet. He doesn't have any Archons in there. His army still isn't all that big, and he hasn't got even that much Storm either. So he's maybe running the risk of having a little bit of trouble once Plague comes in, and once those Guardians in as well. He could have a difficult time clearing those up, especially with no Corsairs on the map. I guess we'll see. He is now going to be able to get his 3rd up and running at last. But really, he hasn't been held back in his 3rd. This has been a very conscious choice from him to get the later 3rd, and his army count does reflect that. He does have quite a significant army, so he should be able to get some good map presence, and hopefully just bother fuNny a bit and stop him from taking too much advantage of his bases.
wow, we have air carapace being morphed in here for fuNny here, presumably for the Guardians. He's got some mutas morphing at his third base. I'm really interested to see what he's going to do with these. I mean, I guess the third base of the Protoss, you can sort of siege it from the high ground out of range, which could be really useful. Actually, that's a really good way to siege a space, because otherwise, you can see the Reavers here with the cannons are almost impossible to break on the ground, even with Dark Swarm. So using the Guardians to break that could actually be a really, really smart idea. Meanwhile, Lurker's moving up the right side, perhaps just getting ready for another base. Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. There's a Zealot here to block that, but we are going to the late game ZVP, ladies and gentlemen. One of my favorite things to watch.
If only dsaqwe could get a bit more active with his army. Now he's starting to get towards the middle of the map, because the middle of the map looks pretty flimsy actually for fuNny at this point. And dsaqwe could definitely get a good position on him there, and could take out a significant portion of this army. And if he can grind that army down a bit before he gets to the really late game stage. Oh, those mutas flying over a DT over on the left hand side, so that DT does actually see the mutas coming in, but then the DT moves in range of the overlord. So now you'll know that his mutas have been seen, and he's going to go back and take that out. Funny little kind of switch right there. But yeah, that is definitely good for dsaqwe that he's seen that at least. Another base coming in for fuNny. That just feels a bit too easy.
Oh, the army's coming over here. The Guardian's going to finish morphing. Can it like fly over onto the other side here out of range of the goons? I think it can. Ah, run away, little Guardian. No, don't fight it. Oh, just kidding. I don't understand why he would get the carapace upgrade instead of attack if he's going Guardians. Like, Guardians shouldn't be getting attacked. They should be using their range advantage. But we do have the ground army now moving up the right side, because he drew the entire Protoss ground army to the left side. I don't know why dsaqwe sent his entire army to deal with like one Guardian. But now his army on the right side is getting taken care of. And now if the Lurker set up in this choke point, there's no good way for the Protoss to attack into it. dsaqwe put himself in a really awkward position here.
Yeah, fortunately there are only a handful of those. There's only 3 lurkers there, so it's not catastrophic. But dsaqwe, it's only he's going to have a crack through the middle of the map. Maybe that could have happened, but he's pulled back pretty quickly, just deciding that that's not what he wants to do. He could definitely go and break those lurkers right there. Like I said, it is only 3, but again, he's moving his entire army over, which is mostly melee units, mostly zealots, in order to deal with those mutas. Very, very strange kind of slightly sloppy control right here from dsaqwe. He does have a Reaver, which is going to have to take care of himself outside his natural as well. He really doesn't want to lose that, but it looks like he's not going to. Those Zerglings easily scared away. Maybe he'll consider getting his 4th base up and running now too. But it's just... fuNny is just freely taking more bases left, right, and center. He's got more base coming up down the right-hand side of the map as well, far too easily. dsaqwe, despite a very late third, hasn't really done anything with his big mid-game army.
Yeah, definitely playing very defensively. He's going for Arbiters and Recall! What? Oh my god, he's getting Recall! Hello, Greater Spire, Recall. What is happening here? Looks like the Zerg now expanding up the right side of the map, taking the 3 o'clock. There's a couple of lurkers here. The Protoss army is trying to take it down. The Rhinodon! That wasn't the Rhinodon. What was that?
I don't know what that was. I think maybe it was a Ragnasaur. And who cares about those?
The Ragnasaur gets taken down in the crossfire. It is a day of neutral critter massacre here. Oh my goodness. But at the same time, we have an attack up the left side. Guardians, Defilers, Lurkers, Lynx, but there's 2 Reavers and Corsairs here to defend this. I don't know if the Zerg player can break through. He's going to try though. He's going in. Where's the Dark Swarm? There's the Dark Swarm, but the Reavers will make short work of these Zerglings.
Yeah, definitely not. This is a real no-go for fuNny, but he's going to keep trying to go through. Anyway, another Reaver dropped in. 3 Reavers in there right now. They have such high damage against Zerglings. I'm pretty sure this isn't going to go anyway. Might be able to take out 1 Reaver if he's lucky. All those Guardians going down as well to these Corsairs. And that could be a really, really terrible move for fuNny. He's basically binned his entire army totally fruitlessly. I'm not really sure what he's killed apart from a couple of photon cannons. Might be able to grab himself a Reaver now too, but not even that.
Yeah, that was very interesting attack. Actually, I do finally understand now why he got +1 carapace instead of +1 attack, because the only real threat to the Guardians is Corsairs, and due to their like low damage but high rate of fire, actually having +1 carapace is pretty huge against the Corsairs. Yeah, and I guess the damage isn't that needed for the Guardians anyway, so that actually makes some sense to me now, which is quite pretty good. But yeah, that kind of attack not doing so much, but it's still, you know, 5 base against 3 for fuNny, for fuNny. So he's still doing pretty well. He's got his Ultras Cavern done now. He's getting an upgrade there. He's actually not opting to get an additional air carapace upgrade, I guess because it's quite expensive once you get up to level 2, level 3. But I am so excited to see these Arbiters. It's not actually keeping them hidden now until they have enough energy for the recall.
I think that was a very weird tech choice for a very weird sideways tech choice for fuNny right there. It doesn't feel like the Guardians really did anything. If that money had gone into Ultralists instead, then he would have far more map presence than he actually does. As it is, he's having real trouble getting out across those bridges in any kind of meaningful sense. And dsaqwe is fairly comfortable. Another big stream of units coming here, but it's basically all Zerglings. However, the photon cannons have still not been rebuilt, so those Reavers are going to have to do most of the job. The photon cannons coming in just in time though. Those Reavers are going to melt these Lings on the way in.
Oh my god, the Lings are going in, but look at all the Zergling blood. One Reaver does fall, an Ultralist now to lead the charge to tank the shots. 3 Reavers in the base, but the fresh one has no Scarabs. The Hydralisks are trying to take him down. 1 Reaver down, 2 Reavers down. The Protoss army, though, is coming in the back. And it looks like the last Reaver survives with a bit of micro. And again, the Zerg player throwing away his units. Let's see, 127 supply against 177, a 50 supply lead for dsaqwe, and he has the right side base. I really think Zerg should have just kept his army and just kept denying the right side instead. That would have been a much better choice. It's much easier to attack up this side.
Yeah, I don't know quite what oh my god, my phone is ringing. I'm not quite sure what the idea was behind that attack right there. It seemed like it was never going to really go particularly well. Now coming on the right hand side with a very small army with just 1 Defiler, handful of Lings, and a couple of Hydralists. This is like
he's got a Scanted. He has a Scanted.
He could just consume that. That's about the only use. Can you consume neutral units?
No, there's no way. Can you? There's no way you can consume a Scanted.
They'd be pretty tasty. Look at that Scanted.
Dude, what I want to know is if you're a Protoss player and you mind control a Defiler, can you consume like organic Protoss units? Can you consume Zealots, for example?
Of all the obscure questions you can ask.
Or you know, to make it, you know, if you're not sure if a Protoss unit is organic, for example, if you mind control a Marine and a Defiler, can the Defiler consume the Marine? We have a recall, by the way. We have a recall. It's going to the main. The Zerg is attacking the left side base once again, but the recall's going in. Recall! He goes in. He's going for the hive. He's going for the tech. The Zerg army is out on the map at the reinforcement point. All the drones are dead. He had no idea this was coming. The left side base is still up. The army is AFK. Army, please. Why are you AFK? The hive is like, he's counterattacking. He's not going to defend his main. He's going to let his main die. Why? Why are you doing this?
There's no way this counter-attack is going to do too well. Even if you won't take out the space, you'll still be in huge trouble. My computer is lagging out for some reason. That's how crazy this game is right now. Yeah, this is going absolutely nuts. There's some kind of replay bug happening right here, but try and ignore that, guys. A little bit of a brutal slideshow. And lots of storm going down all over the Zerg army, and it looks like he's going to easily just melt his way through the remaining Ultras. Those Reavers do go down though, and they are still under Dark Swarm, so they could actually do some serious damage, but all the Zerg tech is just completely done at this point. And at this exact moment, my doorbell starts ringing. I'm going to be back in just 1 second.
Alright, no problem, Elegant. I got this, but the Zerg definitely does not got this. I think was something upgrading there, or was that just this attack upgrade? For some bizarre reason, fuNny opts to counterattack with everything instead of saving his main base. I have no idea why, and unfortunately for him, the counterattack is unsuccessful, although Ultra Ling are still in the probe line here with the Dark Swarm. Actually, maybe the counterattack was more successful than I thought, although the Ultralisk is now no longer underneath the Dark Swarm, and there are the High Templars storming everything, storming Defilers. But the base is dead. He's actually taking out the base, and look, dsaqwe is actually now almost completely mined out. He's mining only from his 3rd base right now, which is very well defended, but he has no fresh expansions. But the problem is, the army and the main is gone! The main is gone, there's no main. And there's soon gonna be no natural either. And look at the money! He's got no tech! He cannot buy units because he has no tech. He's remaking his lair. He has no spawning pool anywhere. He can't spend his money. Look, he did not rebuild anything. Oh no, there's a spawning pool. He's making the Hydra Den. I don't know why he didn't remake some of his hive tech there, like the Ultralisk Cavern or something. Look at the money. He can make like 12 Ultralisk right now. Okay, probably not 12. It's probably like 6, but it's a lot. He can make a lot of Ultralisks. He's building creep colonies. He's trying not to die. He's got fresh expansions, but he just cannot build anything. He's got 3 Mutalisks. Oh my god, 143 supply to 82 supply for the Zerg play. What happened? I cannot believe the recall was allowed to look at the mini-map. Look at that big patch of dark. You see that? It's like the elephant graveyard from Lion King. You don't want to go there. There's nothing there that's good. Oh, he gets the obs. He gets the obs. The Lurker's invisible. He can use the Archon trick. He can shoot the Zealot. No, he can't shoot the Zealot anymore. He's just going to go for the hatchery. The Lurker is not doing enough damage by itself. It's got 3 carapace, but no attack upgrades. 3-1 done for that. And it looks like this hatchery died as well. The units were too late. And in fact, this base and this base are not mining. So it's 1 base against 1. It is a low eco game. We are 1 base against 1 base, Elegant.
Holy
low
crap.
eco.
This is ridiculous.
Everything died. That's how we got to this point, Elegant. Everything died.
Oh man, but we do still have some fairly strong units coming out for dsaqwe at this point. He's got quite a lot of stuff still going on. He's got a couple of Reavers coming out of his natural. He's got lots of High Templar, lots of Zealots. I think his army is looking good. He just has to be efficient at this point.
Indeed he does, but the problem is the Protoss now re-establishing the right side base. He's got the Reavers there, he's got the army there. No chance for Zerg to take that down. A couple of mutas flying in once again, but he's got no more Greater Spire, so he can't even make a couple of Guardians here. It looks like remaking a couple of hatcheries at the bottom left. To be honest, I don't know if he can really fund the extra stuff anyway. It looks like he's rebuilding his Queens that's trying to rush back up to the Hive, and looks like just going to focus on this left side base for now. He's still got a Lurker at the right side as well, just to make sure nothing's going on over there.
Yeah, that makes sense. 1 DT going over to the left-hand side, getting taken out fairly easily. A couple more DTs, 3 DTs now going. If one doesn't do the job, you know, just send 3 times as many, and maybe that'll do it. Taking out a couple of Lings for his trouble. Speedlot heading over to the right. Yeah, that look is going to scare him off pretty well. And yeah, dsaqwe does still have a fairly scary army. He's got 4 Reavers right there. There's no way that is going to be broken right now. But then again, that high guard. Oh, 2 Reavers dropping in on the left-hand side, and that's going to be a little bit tricky for fuNny to clean up. dsaqwe could do some serious damage if he can take down that hatchery. That would be a massive deal for him at this stage.
Oh, looks like mainly Lings coming out, so they're going to clean up all those couple of mutas, but it looks like there is speed on that shuttle, and in fact, there are Corsairs now! There are Corsairs, Elegant, and they will take care of those Reavers easy peasy, lickety split, and it looks like the Reavers are going to keep attacking! They're in the red out! They might die! No, they won't die in the shuttle, it's okay.
Not quite. The shuttle almost getting taken down. Both Reavers getting almost taken down too. Very, very tight stuff. In the meantime, dsaqwe did manage to get his 4th base, excuse me, up again. So that's good stuff for him. And he did manage to do some damage over in fuNny's left-hand side base. But it's gonna go for a bit more downtime right now while both players sort of consolidate themselves. Maybe another recall would be the best way to deal with that base, because trying to break up those ramps as Protoss is just horrible.
Yeah, absolutely, it is. And does he have... No, he's actually just making Corsairs now. Does he have an Arbiter anywhere left?
Yeah, he's got an Arbiter on the right-hand side.
Oh, yes, you're right, he does. And it's actually at full energy right now, so he could potentially go for the recall. But I think dsaqwe just really wants to make sure this base stays alive. Especially in these kinds of situations, I think it's much more important to make sure your base is defended than to go for any kind of crazy attack on your opponent's base. Because if you get into a base trade situation, things become really, really weird. Like, you're not sure what's going to happen in the game, basically. Whereas at least if you hold the base, you're kind of like, okay, I know what the situation is. I can at least have some sort of control.
Yeah, that makes good sense, and dsaqwe is probably in a slightly better spot if he gets that base up, because he's got his tech. He hasn't had to rebuild all his tech. He's got these high-tech units which are just like can be super efficient at this stage of the game. So he should be in a fairly decent position, but he will need to consider how to deal with that Zerg base sooner or later. But yeah, that base on the left-hand side for fuNny is really not heavily defended at all, and would be fairly easy to take down when dsaqwe puts his mind to it. But he's heading down the right-hand side now, so maybe he's going to try and take that high ground base as well to really try and secure an economical advantage.
I mean, if he gets this base, in exchange for fuNny getting the left side base, then they're basically splitting the map 50-50 exactly, which I feel is a pretty good deal for Protoss. And interestingly, we're getting the Greater Spire being rebuilt. Of all the Hive Tech buildings he could have built, he chose to go for the Greater Spire first. Not the Defiler Mound, and not the Ultra's Cavern. He chose to go for the Guardians, which is very interesting because the main base that is exposed to the Guardians is that top left one, and that's already mined out. I suppose you could argue that the 3 o'clock base is somewhat exposed to them, but you can see the mineral line is not that close to the edge of the cliff, so Protoss can still deal with that.
Yeah, fairly easily, and it is weird to see that Greater Spire come in. I really can't quite explain that. I guess it is to make sure the Protoss doesn't have too easy of a time over the 3 o'clock base, but I don't know if it's worth it when you're on such low economy to be getting such kind of expensive units such as Guardians, which are of fairly limited use.
Yeah, looks like a few probes getting caught on the back path. I don't even know where they're going. But whoa, Hydra's suiciding themselves in the natural here as well. What? Actually, well, I say suiciding, but that's just killing all the cannons. Wait, where's the Protoss? Wait, did he recall somewhere?
No, he's just got his army sitting over on the right-hand side. He's not even bothering with this.
But it's not even that. Oh, it's all down here at the 3 o'clock. So I was looking at like I was looking at like the top rightish base, and I was like, huh, where'd all the dudes go? Okay, no, they're chilling here. Wow, that's a lot of Archons as well.
Yeah, that's quite scary. There's a lot of units that would die on that army if he attacked it, so it's really best for fuNny to steer clear. But that's nice for dsaqwe to be able to get that base, because there's really nowhere else for fuNny to go. There are still some minerals left in his original main base, but not too many, and the gas is depleted as well, so that's of limited use. So it's really good if dsaqwe can take and hold on to that. He should be able to secure kind of a long, slow advantage. Flying that shuttle in, don't know if that's the wisest idea. Yeah, he's going to abort that attempt pretty quickly. And once he's made that base secure, he'll be able to get some map presence again. But here we go, coming back into the front of dsaqwe's natural. There's going to be another attack with mostly Hydralists. This is going back in time through the game. Shuttle flying in there. Oh, in a slightly dangerous area. Could be getting caught by some Hydralists right there. He's going to go back into the cover of those cannons. But a Scourge coming in as well. He needs to not lose that shuttle.
Oh! That was such an expensive shuttle. Reaver, DT, and High Templar, holy moly. And he's losing all these units as they spawn. He's not pulling his army back. He's just letting his base die. This is exactly what happened with the recall. Apparently, nobody cares about main bases anymore in this game. A main base is not a requirement to win. fuNny gave up his main base in natural, and dsaqwe now giving up his natural. Absolutely zero reaction from the army. A random overlord sees a 3 o'clock base mine and gonna suicide for that vision. The natural is forfeit. Looks like actually fuNny has retaken his natural because there's quite a few minerals left there. So he's actually gained an extra base. Actually, his main base still has a decent amount of minerals.
Yeah, yeah, it does. But no gas, so that's a little bit, it's slightly less viable for him. And there's no risk of fuNny actually getting up there. Oh my god, there is so many Corsairs.
Yep,
that is a huge Corsair army. That's mental. So dsaqwe's going to have to... He's actually going to have a little bit of trouble holding the top of his own ramp right here. He really should consider bringing his army back to deal with this. Because if he loses his main base, he's going to be in some serious trouble. Throwing away an Archon around there for basically nothing. He does have a Reaver in there now too. So he should be able to hold this off. But again, his micro isn't going too well at the top of that ramp. He might have Storm. No, he doesn't have Storm quite yet. It's going to take a little while.
dsaqwe, what are you doing? There's so many Zerg units coming in here. By the way, crucial thing to note, 3-3 done for the melee and carapace for Zerg, but no range attack upgrades, whereas Protoss is on 3-1, which means actually the Hydra Lurker are a lot less efficient than the Ultra Lingward because they don't have the attack upgrades, but it doesn't matter. He's going to take down all the infrastructure, and the thing is, dsaqwe, without those gateways, he can't reproduce nearly as well as the Zerg. Zerg, at least, if they have a bunch of hatcheries left, they can still make stuff. They just need to remake the tech. But where is dsaqwe going to put the additional gateways? He's losing all his gateways! dsaqwe, what are you doing? Why are you AFK? He's just building cannons in his expansions. Like, this is not that scary of an army.
This is a pretty mediocre army compared to what dsaqwe could throw at it. I mean, dsaqwe's army isn't big, but it's high tech. The only thing I'm noticing is that he doesn't have a shuttle to move those Reavers around, so that potentially weakens his position a bit.
Oh, the Corsairs are out! The Corsairs are out! They're going Overlord hunting! There's a plague! Plague! But it doesn't matter! Doesn't matter! I don't know! Where are the Hydras? He's not even close to supply capped.
Yeah, not anywhere near. I mean, there needs to be a lot more Overlords killed than that for this huge investment in Corsairs at this stage of the game when there's so little money to go around. He's going to be able to catch one or two Overlords, but he needs to get a lot more than that, as I say. And dsaqwe does manage to just hold his main base, so he will have at least space to remake. Oh my god, I thought there was a hatchery in the top right hand corner right there, but actually it's just a rather misleading clump of stuff. But yeah, so dsaqwe is at least going to have space to remake his gateways. He needs to do that right away because his money is going to start stacking up. He's only mining up 2 bases, but that money comes in pretty quickly. Ah no, the Corsairs fly through Hydralists, not losing any somehow. Don't know how that happened. And a couple of random zealots running into the main base. I actually can't quite keep an eye on what's happening anymore. This is so confusing.
Oh my god, he actually retook the main base as well now. He's expanded. Yeah. It's the good old 33-minute main base expansion. Oh man, of course, it's taking a lot of spore hits though here. But they are doing their job. The Zerg is effectively supply capped. 133 of 137. Looks like gonna grab a couple more free Overlords to properly supply cap the Zerg now. dsaqwe has no infrastructure. That's the what is he gonna build from? He's got 1 gateway and a Stargate there. He's got he's got 2 gateways, 3 gateways to start getting a robo. That's all he can use to make stuff.
And his robo is unpowered, so it was like halfway through an observer for the longest time. So those 2 lurkers just being a pain in the ass right there. And the observatory and the robo is only now powered again, so he's finally going to be able to get rid of those. But this has been a weird kind of delay. dsaqwe could easily have gone over there and defended. I feel like he would have definitely been able to defend that that right-hand side base as well. He shouldn't have had too much trouble.
Yeah, that was a very curious move. And I just also want to note that the Greater Spire has done absolutely nothing since he rebuilt it. Like, he rushed for that first, and I don't think he made any Guardians more to help deal with that, or to help do anything really. So, not sure why he was so adamant about building that. Looks like another storm here. He's going to take out the last of the Hydras in the main base. Could have potentially gone for the Templar Archives, but nope. Oh, the Corsairs are going to find Discourage!
So close right there, almost eating a whole bunch of Scourge. And of course, after the Plague, they are just basically one shot each Corsairs right now. But those, keeping an eye on the Scourge, very nice from fuNny right there. It only just occurred to me that there was a pause in chat, so the replay could potentially bug, but I don't think it has done. I think what we're just seeing is just really, really weird.
I really hope this doesn't bug. Oh my god. Could you imagine if we were casting for like 40 minutes and suddenly just random stuff starts happening and we don't know who actually wins?
Like, the things start popping out of extractors and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Just bizarre events that make absolutely no sense to anyone. And another Zerg army coming towards dsaqwe's natural. And I don't see how he's going to hold it off this time. He has just a handful of units and some randomly placed photon cannons in his main.
There's a DT in the natural though. DT's in your natural. Oh yes. My god, the DT, it's completely unspotted. The one thing I really don't like about this, about what fuNny's doing right now, is he has no range attack upgrade. This Hydra army is not, well, it's all upgraded effectively, which makes me very, very sad. But here we go, he's going in. The Templar Archives is gonna fall here. An Archon is morphing. There's one Reaver trying to be a hero, but that's so many Hydras, and it looks like fuNny is finally gonna take down the rest of the main base. So first the Zerg loses his main and natural, and somehow following that, the Protoss loses his main and his natural. I don't know how many games ever you would see an occurrence like this.
I don't know any game that I've seen that goes quite this way. I mean, I've seen some weird stuff, but this is really bizarre. There's some strange decision making going on, and strange situations going. And to be honest, it was weird right from the middle, because both players made decisions which weren't forced, but were just weird. And so we've ended up in this really kind of baffling place where nothing makes any sense anymore. We crossed into another dimension of StarCraft, and he's making Corsairs again over on the right hand side.
Oh my god, this DT has 14 kills in the main.
Yeah, that's an epic DT finally going down right there, being taken down by those. There are more mutants on the map now apparently, for some reason. The right hand side, yep, it's still very secure dsaqwe. You still have the right hand side. Those units are still just sitting there looking scary.
Oh, looks like he's trying to stop the mineral only. The lurker gets taken out easy peasy. There is one Reaver there. He needs to get a bump from the Zelza. The Zelza is protected. Oh, there are 2 Storm!
Oh, badass Storm going down, taking down a bunch of Hydras out there. But that there is plenty more Hydras coming through the back. There's like 2 control groups of Hydras right there, and that could still be enough to take this down, but maybe not now that there are 3 cannons, 2 Reavers, 4 Zealots, and a High Templar in there for good measure. I think there is no going forward with that army right now for fuNny. So dsaqwe is going to be able to hold the mineral only, but he needs to get some smart ideas.
He's got Devourers and Guardians at the bottom right.
It's a classic combo.
Oh my god. The Devourers, ladies and gentlemen, he's finally making use, but he's not staying out of range. He's in range. Why are you in range? Stop being. Oh my god. Okay, so he keeps the Guardians in range of the goons. But see, this is what I'm talking about. The mineral line here in this base is far enough up that you can put goons on the bottom and actually stop the Guardians from taking down. I don't know why he actually needs 3 Devourers. I guess he was super scared of that large Corsair fleet, but man, this game is ridiculous. It looks like more units are being funneled up here. Instead of attacking through the right side, he's like running around the main and attacking this base from the top side. Looks like running in with a small group of Hydras, grabs a High Templar. Very, very nice pick.
Yeah, he needed to get the High Templar in order to have any chance of breaking this. The High Templar did go down, and I don't see any more High Templar coming in for
there you go.
For the dsaqwe right now. Here it goes. Oh. Yeah, Plague. I guess that was kind of a good idea. A DT though, gonna be able to go out and start causing some trouble. Do we have an Overlord? We don't have an Overlord anywhere near the situation right now. That DT gonna be able to take out the Defiler. Oh, that's super bad for poor old fuNny, and he's gonna have to retreat his Hydras because of one lone Dark Templar. But those Guardians now are gonna be able to cause some problems. Do we have any Corsairs? We do have more Corsairs on the map somewhere. Yeah, we have a whole bunch of them. Gonna be able to go back there and take out that Guardian. Prevent it from causing too much trouble, and dsaqwe still just chilling out on the right hand side with the majority of his forces.
Oh my god, the first Guardian getting taken down, easy peasy. The Hydralisks need to protect the Guardians. Looks like one Corsair falls as well. Did he actually get any? No. Okay, so +1 carapace against the +1 air weapons of the Protoss player. This base is now the one in contention. Looks like the bottom part of the base actually still has a few minerals left. The 3 o'clock base is actually under siege from the Guardians. It's still somewhat fresh, but if we look at the mining here, Zerg. Oh no, the Guardians!
A nice bust on those Guardians right there. He needs to not lose those Corsairs, so they're far too expensive for him to be throwing away at this point. He doesn't lose any right there, and here comes the Hydralisk attack. Does he get the nice storm?
Oh, the storms all over the Hydralisks! Holy moly, and no chance to burst through here. Finally, +1 attack is done for these Hydras. The Corsair is going to town. There is still a Defiler here, but I don't think it's going to matter. Maybe he can do a Plague or something. No, he's got no energy. He needs to consume something. And Plague, the Reavers, Plague, the Corsairs, Plague, something, but it's not going to happen. I don't think. Oh, wait, the Reavers!
Get under the swarm!
Get into the swarm!
Get in the swarm! Get to the swarm! Oh, get destroyed. God. Shit, and actually, apologize for the language, actually now he's in severe trouble over at this base, somehow wandering those Reavers out way beyond where they needed to be, and he could actually lose his mineral only as a result of that strange move. More Reavers sort of slowly crawling back in their caterpillar-like way, but it looks like unless fuNny breaks this soon, he is going to run out of cash in the very, very near future, and that would call a pretty quick end to this game at that point.
Wow, he's actually mined out the 9 o'clock. He's pretty much mined out this base with a hive. He's only actually now really mining from his natural and could potentially mine a few more minerals from his main, and that is it. dsaqwe holds on to the last minerals on the map here. His 3 o'clock base is about 600 minerals per piece, and obviously this top right base has another 600 minerals per piece. dsaqwe is basically just trying to outlast his opponent right now. That's why he gave up his main and his natural, because I guess he knew it would come down to this, where he doesn't actually need to ever attack. He just needs to hold on. And of course, look at how much money he's banking compared to his opponent as well. A lot in the bank, a much higher supply. Not much higher, but definitely a higher supply.
Yeah, and higher supply at this point is really, really bad for Zerg, because the Protoss not only has higher supply, but also much, much more effective units than the Zerg has. The Corsairs going to head on over to the right, to the bottom right-hand side, and going to be able to take out the last of the Guardians that are in there doing damage, and that's. Oh, no, it's still leaving one Guardian alive, but finally now it goes down, and those Devourer is going to go down too, running into cannon fire. And another big stream of Zerg units, but I feel like this is one of the last gasp efforts right now. fuNny, he's got almost no minerals left to mine whatsoever. He does have a fair few in the bank, but if this doesn't make massive headway, then he's going to be basically done, and he's going to have trouble pushing this through, and he needs Overlords. He does have Overlords. He's morphing another Guardian. Anything extra he can get really does help, and here he goes, coming in now with a Defiler and a large Ling Hydra army. He needs to throw down some Dark Swarms, does throw down 2 Dark Swarms, not too bad right there, but he can't see the Reavers. He needs to see the Reavers in order to kill them. The Defiler somehow surviving, but now going down, but he does look like he's going to be able to grab this mineral only, but dsaqwe going to come back in with a couple more Zealots. It's not going to be enough. The mineral only will go down. All the Reavers going down too. But oh my god, there's 3 more Reavers ready and waiting in the back. Coming in now with the Corsairs. They might actually be able to kill off all the Overlords, and that would make life very difficult.
The storm, a decent run from the Hydras to avoid it. The Nexus is going to fall finally. I cannot believe that he was actually able to bust through here, but is it going to be enough? That is the question. The Corsairs coming in once again, going to retreat. 87 supply for the Zerg against 136 for the Protoss player. Oh my goodness, which means that dsaqwe now is mining only from the 3 o'clock, and that only has about 300 minerals left, but the Zerg is effectively mined out.
Yeah, Zerg is now done for minerals. Unless he can win with basically what he's got, he is not going to win, and that's looking like a pretty bleak prospect. I just don't see any way in hell of him breaking the 3 o'clock base. It's too strong right now. He's got the racks, he's got the splash attack. Gone.
Elegant. What if this game turns into a draw?
I don't think it will, because with Reavers, you know, you can just, as long as you're patient, you can do anything with Reavers.
Oh wait, I didn't notice his bank. Okay, never mind. Yeah, that's a lot of bank. Because, well, the thing with Reavers though is that Scarabs cost money, so you can actually reach a point where you can't afford to make Scarabs anymore.
That is true. Yeah.
Right? So it's kind of crazy, man. It's kind of crazy.
Draw. No, I feel cheated.
Oh my god.
Pushing forward again with the Reavers. And a very small Zealot army right here. Those Reavers need to not get too far ahead of themselves because there is still a significant number of Hydras right there. And Probe's coming in now too, doing a little bit of a distance fighting. Gonna make another Nexus for himself right there as well. Very, very nice. Have that. But those 3 Reavers just forming a massive roadblock right there for Hydras, and they really can't make any more headway. And I feel like the last wave of units now coming in from the bottom left-hand corner for fuNny. Look at all those Overlords just chilling there in the bottom left-hand corner, but he doesn't even need them anymore. He can just throw them all away right now because he can't make any more units. He's got no more cash, he's got no more money, so he's just gonna have to make do with what he's got.
Oh, we got a storm drop coming to storm things with no minerals.
Hey. He's just hoping for like a big stack, I guess.
Oh, and he's dead. Wait, no! No, he's alive! He turned around!
Ah! What's the point?
Oh man, that actually shows that dsaqwe doesn't actually realize the economic situation, that his opponent is completely mined out and there's no point storming the drones anymore.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not the biggest loss. The Dragoon, a Shuttle, and a High Templar is not the end of the world. And oh, dude, you know what dsaqwe needs to do right now to be a true baller? He needs to get a fleet beacon and get D-Web for all these Corsairs, because he's got like a full control group of Corsairs, right?
That would be awesome.
He's gonna have like 25 D-Webs on the field at one time.
That would be cool. Yeah, he should totally do that. It doesn't show any signs of going that way there. And to be honest, I don't think he needs to. He can. There you go. Finally, at long last, the unit's moving out from the 3 o'clock. He sees that now is the time. The 3 o'clock's almost mined out. Anyway, all of fuNny's units are camped in dsaqwe's original main and natural. It's just a ridiculous thing to see. But unless fuNny could do something incredibly good with that army, and I actually don't see what he could do with that army to win this game at this point. That's a lot of Scourge.
Yeah, well, it is a lot of Corsairs as well, and I guess he just really wants to protect the big air. Oh, the other thing to note, Scourge are much cheaper on minerals compared to gas, and he has a lot of excess gas. So in fact, instead of consuming like Zerglings, he's going to consume Scourge, which is more efficient, I think. Actually, no.
This is so pointless.
Mineral-wise,
this is so pointless.
What?
This attack is so pointless. There is no reason to do this. All he needs to kill is the army. The army is the entire thing right now. He doesn't need to kill infrastructure. Infrastructure is pointless as long as there's one building left, and that's all fuNny needs at this point. And it looks like fuNny is going to go, and he's found a very nice timing given that the entire army of the Protoss is away. But if he can keep those guys,
he's going to snipe a Reaver. He's going to snipe a Reaver.
He's going to snipe a Reaver. He needs to not wander into range of those cannons though. He needs those Guardians alive.
Corsairs are all coming back, but the Scourge might be there to intercept. The ground army now is going after the main base, but as you said, it is completely irrelevant because fuNny is completely mined out. He has no more income, no more money to spend. He's got to win with what he's got, and he's going in right now. He's trying to siege down with the range of his Guardians. The question is, can he keep them safe against the Corsairs? It looks like dsaqwe actually keeping the Corsairs back right now. dsaqwe again with a pretty big bank, but losing all his infrastructure. And you know, even though it looks big, it's not like unbeatably big. If fuNny plays really smart, he steals a shot, but that's not smart. Oh no, he's losing the Needless.
Only loses a couple, but he can't even afford to lose a couple at this point. And dsaqwe needs to be super careful right now. The Scourge all melting. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh, holy shit. That Plague was everything that the Scourge was. And here we come in with the
oh my god, the Corsairs are getting annihilated! dsaqwe wasn't paying attention! The Corsairs are all gone! The Plagued Corsairs are all gone! There is nothing left to deal with the Guardians. The ground army is moving forward, slow pushing with the Reavers, but at the same time, dsaqwe is dying. This could potentially turn into an elimination race, ladies and gentlemen, because I do not think that fuNny wants to fight dsaqwe's army since it has 4 Reavers, unless he can somehow pick them up for the Guardians. But his Hydras are so much faster, he could actually just run around and kill all of the buildings. I don't know what dsaqwe was doing. He must have been paying attention to the Reavers and lost track of his Corsairs because they are all gone, and now this base is gone. In fact, it doesn't matter because dsaqwe's mined out as well. This could turn into a base race with 2,000 minerals in the Protoss bank.
He's just crawling away. He's remaking his Stargate. Screw it, remake 2 Stargate. He's remaking his Citadel as well at this point. I guess he wants to try and get Temple Tank back up, but it's not going to be there in time, I don't feel. This is a slow advance though for fuNny. He needs to be so careful with these Guardians. Literally every single one counts right now. He needs to not lose his Guardians to cannon fire. It's just completely unnecessary. But he does still have a big army. And meanwhile, dsaqwe just sort of rolling around. He's got to go for the elimination. There's nothing else to be done at this point. But yeah, I don't know if there's any way for him to hold off long enough against this army.
He's building a hatchery at the top right. He's building a hatchery at the top right. Oh my god. And dsaqwe's not going to go back there to check for a really long time. How did he have the money for a hatchery? Where did he get the money? I thought he was completely broke. He's got the money for a hatchery. How many minerals are even there? Oh my god. Wait, each of those has like 400. There's like 2,500 minerals there.
There's tens of minerals there at least. Like, this is enough to actually sway the whole result of this game. And the Guardians are now coming towards the 3 o'clock base, and there is nothing that can kill Guardians in the 3 o'clock base. Absolutely nothing. The army of dsaqwe is still out there just rolling around. He needs to get over there right away and get rid of those Guardians.
He's building a scout! He's building a scout!
No!
He's got a scout!
He does!
Oh my god, ladies and gentlemen, the scout has arrived. The Corsair is gonna get pushed away. Not enough DPS to actually finish it off. It looks like a random drone is actually... Oh my god, dsaqwe also has to be careful. If he shoots like 6 scarabs at one drone, he can actually run out of minerals making scarabs.
Oh man, he needs to not do that.
I know, right?
He's so efficient right now with this scout. He's got no money. He's got 1,200 only to fund his Reaver habit. That's it.
Wait, he's got... Oh no, never mind. I thought he had 2 scouts. But guys, the scout is not BM. Scout is actually the most efficient unit against big air because it does way more damage against air units than the Corsair does. Oh my god, look at this! dsaqwe has no range! He can't stop the Guardians! He can't stop it!
There's actually no way for him to prevent his Guardians from going through the rest of his remaining stuff at this point. He needs to somehow try and... Oh my god, he's going... No, he's not going in for the bottom right. He needs to try and do something about this army. He may just have the units if he gets around there.
Storm takes 1! Storm takes 2!
Oh. It's third.
There's 2 more storms.
Guardian. Oh, there you go. Third storm goes down. He's going to be able to take out that Guardian. Oh, just... There's 1 Guardian remaining at this point. And can he get the Scout in there? The Scout could just about finish the job right now. If that Guardian, if he's not paying attention...
Oh! But he's mining minerals. It's okay, he's mining minerals.
And he's got tons of gas in the back. He's making more Guardians.
Oh!
Yeah.
So someone in the chat has suggested recalling Archons underneath the Guardians. That would be amazing.
That's not a terrible idea. But it's just such a risk at this point because his army might just melt upon arrival. Where did that scout go? Did it die? No, it's on the right hand side. He needs to try and take care of this next wave of Guardians right now. For some reason, dsaqwe going back to his own natural. I guess just for old time's sake. He wants to remember when life was better.
No, he's going for the natural only. He saw it. He has scouted it with his zealot. He actually sent a probe there to try and take it. He knows it's there now, and the Overlord sees the army. The Zerg army is pulling back. Where are the Guardians,
Zerg army split. Zerg army split. The Guardians are out now to fend for themselves while the Hydras go back. This could be dsaqwe's chance to get out there and get rid of that last Guardian. There you go. Here comes the scout. In comes the scout.
Scout dude. Scout dude. Yeah.
But he's not doing anything with it.
Doing?
What is he doing? What in the name of God is he doing?
Oh my god.
Complete control error right there, but it doesn't matter because the scouts are badass. Why is he taking care of that goddamn Guardian? Oh God,
the Guardian got 2. The Guardian got 2 High Templar kills for free.
Boom! Finally. And that scout is now going to go down. I mean, it sort of did its job. It was the worst scout ever, but it did its job.
Oh my god, there's 5 slow Reavers walking in the middle of the map too. That is amazing.
It seems like dsaqwe now does have the army. If he can keep his army together, he has to keep his army together. He must not let it get split apart. He has to
plague! He needs to plague the Reavers more than the Zealots, so the Reavers are in the back. The Guardians are not finished morphing. He needs the Guardians to finish morphing. Plague on the Reavers! But doesn't matter, the Guardians are still not finished. If the Guardians finish, that could be absolutely crucial. Another plague gets 4 of the Reavers. If the Guardians finish, they could kill the Reavers! He's going! Can he target down the Reavers? No, the Archons! The Archons are underneath! The Archons are underneath. He's going, trying to get the Reaver.
Vocabulary for this. This is ridiculous.
He gets Not one Reaver. There's 2 HP on this Reaver. He does get one of the Reavers. The Hydralists are coming in, but there's a storm. The storm kills them all.
The Reavers are about to go down there. The Reavers are on their last legs. Is there anything left? It looks like this is going to be a game for the Zerg. There are just 2 Reavers and 1 Archon left, and there are Mutas coming in. There's 1 High Templar. There are some Hydras left. This is absolutely mental. And the Mutas now doing the Muta micro. Is there anything you can do? Oh no, the Observer goes down. And there is 1 Lurker remaining on the map.
Oh my god. The Mutas, is it gonna come down to Muta Micro? Is this game really gonna come down to 3 Muta Micro? He's bringing the probes to fight! He's bringing the probes to buffer for the Reavers. The probes are gonna tank for the Reavers. Let me repeat. The probes are tank. They're tanking!
No,
they need to tank! There's no vision! He needs an Overlord!
No.
He needs vision! He needs vision! Oh my god, he's gonna micro down the Arbiter!
Oh no, do we see a storm? Do we have a storm in that High Templar? We don't even have a storm. He's going to take down the Reavers.
Is he going to win with 3 Mutalisks, ladies and gentlemen? 5 Mutalisks. He's going after the High Templar. He gets it, but he's taking Archon shots. Is he going to win with 5 Mutas? Is that what this game has come down to?
I want to remake the Nexus.
Is dsaqwe going to lose with 4,000 gas in the bank? That's what I want to know. He has 4,000 gas in the bank.
I mean, what other way is there back for him right now? Because the fact is...
he's killing his own gateway to get a Reaver out on the left side.
Oh, here we go with the Muta Micro coming in. There's 1 Corsair, though, able to do some damage to the Mutas and able to support the Archon, which the Archon desperately needs. Oh, fuNny, desperately trying to get some good micro going with Mutas. No, don't throw away your Corsair. dsaqwe, you need your Corsair. You need everything you can get right now. Good, pulling back. But this is very nice positioning for fuNny right now with those Mutas. He's got the cliff to work with. That Reaver slowly crawling out, but it's going to be scouted by an Overlord. There is an Overlord in the middle of the map.
Oh my god, the Mutas are going to go kill it. They're flying over there.
It's running back though. It knows it's been spotted. It's running back. This is painful. It's going to get back in range of the cannons.
Help! Help! Cannons, help me!
It's actually going to survive. Somehow. What's that? There's an Observer. He's made an Observer there as well. But is 1 Reaver and 1 Zealot and an Observer enough to win this? I don't know if it is.
Dude,
oh,
the Zerg has a supply lead. The Zerg, it's 38 supply for Protoss against 45 for the Zerg. But the map, he's almost mined out all the minerals. He's almost mined these out. I guess he's just going to make... Oh, he's made some Scourge. Oh, he can Scourge the Corsairs.
There's 3 Corsairs right now and an Archon.
Oh, so I don't think dsaqwe expects this.
So
nobody expects the Spanish Zerg Inquisition. The Scourge Inquisition. The Scourge.
And he's going to take out some probes. Why not? That's what Mutas do best. Trashing probes is fun. But that Archon's going to be able to get over there. Where are the Corsairs? Where are my Corsair friends? There's another Corsair in on the party. He needs to not lose that. Where are all these Corsairs?
Oh, no. The Scourge.
Oh, no.
The Scourge.
Oh, no. No, he's going to be able
to
escape.
The Archon's going to kill it!
The Archon does manage to grab some Scourge kills right there. Really tight micro. Oh no! The Archon will be able to get some hits on the Muto, and it basically turns into a draw for that battle, which is basically the same which happened throughout this entire mental game. I've never seen anything quite like this, but there are more Mutas coming in, and he is swapping out the damage Mutas instead, but there's no more minerals there. The minerals are now officially mined out, everybody. There are no minerals on this map. None. Not one. Getting a bit of damage.
Oh god, he's gotta be so careful. There's so much splash damage here. Oh my god. Wait, where did those Hydras go? Wait,
they're in the...
Plague? Plague!
Oh! Plague does go down, catching both of the Corsairs. We do see one more. Oh, those Hydras need to not die. We do see a couple more Archon hits on those very low health Mutas. Those Mutas could basically all go down in 2 Archon hits right now if they're clumped. He needs to not clump them, to be honest. He needs to spread them out. Maybe that's exactly what he's doing. No, he's just re-clumping them. And they're going to go back in for another shot. Will they be able to grab the Reaver? Oh no, dsaqwe taking his eye off the Reaver. He needs that Reaver in order to win this game. That Reaver on 2 HP right now. Oh my god, this is shredding my nerves.
Oh my god, the Corsairs!
No, all the Corsairs go down, but he can make more. He can make 2 more Corsairs still.
Well, but look, he can make 2 Corsairs, he can make 3 Archons, right? Or a combination of those units.
Oh my
dude, it's like one of those UMSs. It's like the micro arena tournament where you get to choose between like you know, whether you want 2 of this unit or 4 of that unit. Micro Arena. Wait, no. Is it? It might be.
Yeah. I've literally never played UMS, so I don't know. You're the expert on this.
What?
What? Say what?
Oh my
yeah.
God, elegant.
I'm too serious for that crap.
Wait.
Far too serious.
So wait, where's? Oh, dsaqwe.
He's going for a draw. He's going for a draw.
Oh my God! But he can't do it though because now the dude can make guardians. fuNny can make guardians. Right?
He got
Wait.
Great Aspire.
Yeah, it's still alive at the bottom right.
Really? Oh my God.
He can make. No, he can win dsaqwe. He can make Greater Spire.
He can, but now he's playing this game. He's saying you can't win. Just
I swear to God, if fuNny doesn't realize he can win and just like calls it a draw, I'm gonna be so mad.
If dsaqwe chat crafted his way out of this loss,
That would be genius.
Oh, dsaqwe, you so overconfident, man.
Oh
He can
my
break those 3
God.
cannons right now. Look at him. fuNny's like, yeah, man, I don't think so.
He's making the
More for his
guardians.
He's making the guardians. This is gonna happen. He's gonna show dsaqwe what's up. dsaqwe is in so much trouble at this point.
dsaqwe doesn't realize the Greater Spire is alive. Oh God.
Oh man, and he's gonna just start taking out anything, but he just needs to not really take cannon fire when he doesn't need to. That seems just completely unnecessary.
I still have... No, you don't. No, you don't. Okay, wait, no,
still
he
have
does.
money.
He does actually. He does. I'm just
Yeah, he
kidding.
still has 300. I don't know why he's not spending them.
Why is
though.
he not building it?
Yeah, why is he not building anything? dsaqwe, build!
Build 2 core heads, man.
Build stuff.
Oh, he's making a scout.
But it's too late. It's too late. The Guardians are coming in. The Guardians literally didn't know what was possible and now come in. And the Scout isn't going to be able to finish well because Scouts are just so goddamn slow to build. And it's not going to be able to finish. The Guardians are going to do their job and it's going to be game over for dsaqwe. Oh, dsaqwe, you overconfident Protoss.
If he
You
had
fool.
like, you know, 2 Corsairs here to camp above the cannons, and if fuNny like messed up his micro, this could potentially have been a draw, but now it can't be. Wait, there are actually 2 more Guardians in the back too.
Look,
So
he's hiding his Archon now. He's hiding his Archon. So he's going to be like, aha, I have an Archon, but it's not like no help.
Wow. For those wondering, the game has just passed 1 hour. We are now at 1 hour and 1 minute in length.
Shortest hour of my life. This
Oh
has been crazy.
my God. And the 4... Easy, he says! Easy!
And the Archon! The Archon is in! Boom! The Archon goes down.
GG! Holy moly. 1 hour. Hold on, I'm gonna show you guys the score screen for this. We need some score screen action. Wait, can I pull this to the top?
Oh my goodness.
Guys,
Oh my god.
over 1 hour, 859 units killed, almost 1,000 units produced in the game.
No, over 1,000 units produced.
Oh yeah, I meant by just the Zerg.
Oh man. Redonkulous. dsaqwe built 154 structures. I could look at this score sheet for a while. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
Wow. 60,000 minerals used.
Ugh.
There you go.
I don't know what to say after that. Other than how can any game follow that act?
Oh my goodness. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, there you go.
That's how
I told you guys dsaqwe PvZ would be good. We did say that, right? At the beginning of the game.
Yep. It was ridiculously good, but sadly no more from him because he did lose at the end of that outrageous game, which means that fuNny, happy, whatever his name is, will go through to the next round, and where maybe we'll see him. Unless that was a best of 3. I don't think we got to the best of 3 stage yet, did we?
No, I assume that was a round of 16 game again, and I'm just getting word from our producers that we're now going to cast the 3rd place